All right, everybody, we're going to start talking about the introduction stage now. This is going to be basically market testing your product for initial buyer intent. We do this in order to minimize our costs and kind of gauge, is this product going to sell or not? If you take this data and you analyze it, we'll talk about it, you can actually make sure that you're going to have a product that is going to sell like mad. And we've actually done this over and over and over again, and three products so far have hit the $30,000 and above. And we actually have one product that's hit $90,000 in revenue. So this is kind of the process that we put into place. I used to do it on t-shirts all the time as well. So I shouldn't just say that it was on Shopify alone. We've been doing this for years, and we're basically buying yeses before we buy sales. This is a great step for you to get feedback and even take notes on modifications that the niche requested, right? If you weren't getting good feedback, if you say, hey, I would buy it, but if I wish it was in gold, or hey, I wouldn't buy it if it was in black, but I would buy it if it's in blue. So you can take that kind of feedback and then adjust your product before you start pushing website conversion ads to it. And the great thing is if you do it in this way, it'll be very, very cheap. And we're talking about a $5 ad, or maybe a $10 ad if you really wanted to extend it over time. So we're going to market test our product with seed traffic to test buyer intent. Again, we're buying yeses before we buy sales. We're going to take all that traffic, analyze it, and then make decisions based off the data. We're going to create PPE ads if the traffic is good, using that same targeting, but this time with a link included. And I'm going to explain more of why we're using PPE ads at this point. Just to recap where we are in this stage, we're in the introduction stage, right? And we're just getting started. So we're really at the bottom of the curve here on the left. We're getting our product out there, we're going to get the message going, and we're not going to see that many people. And the important thing for you to understand is that we don't want a lot of people seeing this product because it might be modified if it has a price attached to it, which you shouldn't until the link is added. But if it has a price attached to it, we can still then change that price. And we're not going to get it out there to a large portion of the niche before we're ready to go. And all signs point to, let's do some traffic, right? Let's push this out there. Let's get some sales. So the concept I want to go over next is what I like to call segmentation by optimization. And again, there's going to be some more things that you can run, like video ads and things like that. But I want to do at a top level what segmentation by optimization is, so we can understand that, and then we can use it for our benefit. So if you have 1 million people, and you've ever run traffic before, if you have 1 million people and you run, say, a website conversion ad, you've understood that your frequency is going to go up long before you ever reach 1 million people. And why is that? Well, Facebook takes the 1 million people in your niche and basically segments them by different kinds of optimization, because you're optimizing for conversions, right? Or you're optimizing for clicks, or you're optimizing for engagement. So Facebook takes that 1 million person audience and segments it like the circles you see here on the screen. So you have clickers, converters, and engagers. And you have that area in between where these people obviously overlap. It's not just a hard line. But if you understand that your audience is segmented like this, so that your frequency does rise, this will obviously lead us to eventually scaling out by different types of ad sets that we will when we introduce website conversion ads in the growth stage. But we'll also understand that we can hit a lot of people who will eventually buy by hitting the people in the engager audience, right? Because there's going to be overlap. But when you're doing a PPE ad, you want to hit as many people as possible that fall into the engagers category. Why? Because your ad will perform better. You'll still hit the people that overlap, and especially through virality, but you want to maximize the amount of people being in the engager side so that your ad will perform better and your cost per engagement will be lower. Therefore reaching more people for less cost. So that's what we want to try to work towards. Now, how does Facebook, this is the next question. How does Facebook classify these people? How does it even know to classify these people in certain groups of audiences? Well, it has to be done off of hard and soft data, right? It has to be done off of your actual engagements with a niche or your interactions with a niche through association. So you got a person like me, and I've always used this example. I started getting job applications via Facebook ads for nursing jobs in North Carolina the next week after I unhooked my day job from my profile. And it's funny enough that started happening because I've never engaged with that audience in the sense of liking, sharing, or commenting. I've always clicked to the fan pages or left the fan page to a website. And so that still threw me into that audience through my interaction with the niche, which I would fall probably more in the clickers category than the engagers category. I interacted with the niche, but that's not the same thing as engagement. So let's go over the shoulder and see some of the hard data that Facebook makes these associations with. Okay, so that's it for this video. In the next video, we're going to actually go deeper and then actually go over the shoulder into the Audience Insight tool to get ourselves some good interest to go after and post things to our page. All right, thanks.